Hey everyone, welcome back to Key Health Guide. Today, in our health guide, we will look into how to improve your sleep quality. Let's get started. Did you know that 1 in 3 adults worldwide fail to get the recommended 7 hours of sleep each night? Even more startling, chronic sleep deprivation has been linked to a 40% higher risk of developing life-altering conditions like heart disease and diabetes. What if I told you that skimping sleep isn't just leaving you tired, it's silently undermining your health, productivity, and even your lifespan? Welcome to a video that could change how you rest, recharge, and live. Sleep is beyond a nightly pause, it's a biological necessity. Physically, it's the body's repair workshop. During deep sleep, tissues heal, muscles grow, and hormones like cortisol, linked to stress, and growth hormone, vital for cell repair, are regulated. Studies show that consistently sleeping less than 6 hours a night doubles the risk of obesity by disrupting hunger hormones, leptin and ghrelin, which can lead to overeating. It's no coincidence that poor sleep is tied to conditions like hypertension and weakened immune responses. In fact, research reveals that people averaging fewer than 7 hours of sleep are 3 times more likely to catch a cold when exposed to a virus. Mentally, sleep is the brain's reset button. Imagine your brain as a busy office. By day, it's buzzing with activity. By night, a janitorial crew clears out toxic waste proteins linked to Alzheimer's. During REM sleep, memories are consolidated, emotions are processed, and creativity is sparked. Without enough sleep, focus drifts, decision-making falters, and emotional resilience crumbles. Ever notice how a single sleepless night leaves you irritable or forgetful? That's your brain pleading for rest. But the stakes go higher. Sleep directly fuels your immune system. While you're asleep, the body produces infection-fighting cytokines and antibodies. Skimp on rest, and these defenses drop, leaving you vulnerable to illnesses ranging from the common cold to chronic inflammation. It's a cascade effect. Poor sleep weakens immunity, which prolongs recovery, further disrupting sleep, a vicious cycle. So, how can you break free from this cycle? In this video, we'll unpack the science of sleep and equip you with actionable strategies to transform your nights. First, we'll explore how sleep works, the stages of sleep, from light sleep to REM, and the role of your circadian rhythm, the internal clock guided by light and melatonin. You'll learn why hitting snoozer might feel good but disrupts your natural wake cycle. Next, we'll debunk myths, like the idea that alcohol aids sleep, spoiler, it fragments sleep quality, or that catching up on weekends repairs chronic deficits, it doesn't. Finally, we'll share practical, research-backed tips. Discover how to optimize your sleep environment, ideal room temperature, hint, cool 60 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit, the impact of light exposure, and why screens sabotage melatonin. We'll discuss the power of wind-down routines, like reading or meditation, over scrolling, and how caffeine timing affects your ability to drift off. You'll leave with a toolkit to build habits that align with your biology, not against it. Sleep isn't a luxury, it's the foundation of a thriving life. Whether you're battling insomnia, juggling a hectic schedule, or simply curious about improving your rest, this video is your guide. Let's dive into the science, rethink your routines, and unlock the full potential of your nights. Your journey to better sleep starts now. 1. The science of sleep. Sleep is a complex, dynamic process governed by intricate biological systems. To understand how to improve it, we must first unpack the mechanics, the stages of sleep, the circadian rhythm that times them, and the hormones that orchestrate the entire process. Sleep stages, the nightly cycle of renewal. Every night, your brain and body cycle through 2 primary types of sleep, NREM, non-rapid eye movement, and REM, rapid eye movement. These stages repeat every 90 to 120 minutes, creating 4 to 6 cycles in a typical night. NREM sleep, 75% of the night. Stage 1, light sleep lasting 1 to 5 minutes, this is the gateway to sleep. Your heartbeat and breathing slow, muscles relax, and brain waves transition from wakeful beta waves to slower alpha and theta waves. You're easily awakened here, think of the jerking sensation of falling in bed. Stage 2, deeper light sleep. This stage prepares the body for deep sleep. Brain waves show bursts of activity called sleep spindles and K-complexes, which shield against external disturbances and aid memory consolidation. Body temperature drops, and eye movement stops. You spend nearly half your night in this stage. Stage 3, deep sleep, often called slow-wave sleep. This is the most restorative phase. Dominated by delta waves, the slowest brain waves, it's when tissue repair accelerates, growth hormone floods the bloodstream, and the brain's glymphatic system flushes out toxins linked to Alzheimer's. Waking someone from deep sleep is difficult. If you succeed, they'll feel groggy. This stage shortens with age, which is why older adults often sleep lighter. REM sleep, 25% of the night. About 90 minutes after falling asleep, you enter REM, the stage of vivid dreams. Your brain lights up with near-waking levels of activity, while your body experiences temporary paralysis to prevent acting out dreams. Breathing becomes irregular, and eyes dart rapidly behind closed lids. REM is crucial for emotional processing and memory consolidation. It strengthens neural connections, helping you learn skills or solve problems. Deprive yourself of REM, and creativity, mood, and focus suffer. The final REM cycle can last up to an hour, which is why waking naturally at the end of a cycle feels refreshing. Circadian rhythm, your body's internal conductor. Your sleep-wake cycle isn't random, it's directed by your circadian rhythm, a 24-hour internal clock governed by the suprachiasmatic nucleus, SCN, in the brain. This master clock responds to light cues. Morning light, sunlight, or bright artificial light suppresses melatonin, the sleep hormone, and boosts cortisol, signaling the body to wake up. Evening darkness, as light fades, the SCN triggers melatonin production, preparing you for sleep. Disrupting this rhythm has consequences. Jet lag, crossing time zones, confuses the SCN. If you fly from New York to Paris, your body remains on New York time, releasing melatonin hours too early or late. Screen time, blue light from phones and laptops mimic sunlight, tricking the brain into delaying melatonin. A 2019 study found that 2 hours of screen use before bed suppresses melatonin by 23%, delaying REM sleep. Shift work, working nights forces the body against its natural cycle, increasing risks of obesity, heart disease, and mood disorders. Sleep hormones, the chemical messengers. 2 hormones play starring roles in sleep regulation. The melatonin, the darkness hormone. Produced by the pineal gland, melatonin levels rise 1 to 3 hours before bedtime in response to darkness. It lowers body temperature and reduces alertness, easing the transition to sleep. Disruptors, artificial light, irregular schedules, and aging, melatonin production drops with age, can blunt this signal. Night shift workers, for example, have 50% lower melatonin levels than day workers, contributing to fragmented sleep. Cortisol, the stress alarm. Cortisol follows a diurnal rhythm, peaking around 7 a.m. to jolt you awake. It gradually declines throughout the day, reaching its lowest point at midnight. Stress's role, chronic stress hijacks this rhythm. Anxiety or late-night work emails spike cortisol when it should be falling, keeping you wired. Elevated nighttime cortisol shortens deep sleep and delays REM, creating a vicious cycle. Poor sleep raises cortisol, which further degrades sleep quality. The interconnected system. These elements don't work in isolation. Imagine your circadian rhythm as a conductor, melatonin as the curtain that opens the sleep show, and cortisol as the curtain closer that wakes you. Disrupt one, and the entire performance falters. Late-night scrolling delays melatonin, shifting your circadian rhythm. High evening cortisol traps you in light sleep, blocking deep restoration. Irregular sleep times fragment the NREM cycle, impairing memory and immunity. The takeaway: mastering sleep science isn't just academic, it's practical. By aligning your habits with these biological systems, you can transform restless nights into rejuvenating ones. Next, we'll tackle actionable steps to harmonize your lifestyle with the science, ensuring every stage of sleep works in your favor. Number 2. Why sleep quality matters. Sleep isn't just about quantity, quality is the unsung hero of true restoration. While logging 8 hours in bed might seem sufficient, fragmented or shallow sleep fails to activate the biological processes that keep your body resilient, your mind sharp, and your long-term health intact. Let's dissect why prioritizing sleep quality isn't a luxury, it's a lifeline. Physical health, the nightly repair crew. During sleep, your body shifts into repair mode. Think of deep sleep, stage 3 NREM, as a nightly maintenance shift for your cells. Tissue regeneration, growth hormone, released predominantly during deep sleep, stimulates muscle repair, bone growth, and collagen production. This is why athletes prioritize sleep for recovery. Studies show that poor sleep reduces muscle protein synthesis by up to 18%, delaying healing. Even minor injuries, like a paper cut, heal 40% faster in well-rested individuals. Organ detox, the brain's glymphatic system, active during deep sleep, flushes out metabolic waste like beta-amyloid proteins linked to Alzheimer's. Meanwhile, the liver processes toxins, and the heart rate slows, giving the cardiovascular system a reprieve. Chronic poor sleep forces these organs to work overtime, accelerating wear and tear. Immune defense, sleep is your immune system's prime time. During deep sleep, the body ramps up production of cytokines, proteins that target infections and inflammation. A 2022 study found that people who slept less than 6 hours had 50% lower antibody responses to vaccines, leaving them vulnerable to illnesses. Even a single night of poor sleep reduces natural killer cell activity by 70%, weakening defenses against viruses and cancer cells. Without quality sleep, your body operates in deficit mode. Imagine driving a car non-stop without oil changes. Eventually, the engine fails. Mental health, the emotional reset button. Sleep quality directly shapes your mental resilience. While deep sleep physically restores, REM sleep acts as an emotional therapist. Emotional regulation, REM sleep processes stressful or traumatic experiences by decoupling memories from their emotional intensity. This is why after a good night's sleep, yesterday's frustrations often feel manageable. In contrast, REM deprivation amplifies amygdala activity, the brain's fear center, increasing anxiety and irritability. A Harvard study found that individuals with disrupted REM were 65% more likely to develop mood disorders like depression. Stress management, cortisol, the stress hormone, should drop to its lowest level at night. Poor sleep, especially frequent awakenings, keeps cortisol elevated, trapping you in a fight-or-flight state. Over time, this dysregulation impairs the prefrontal cortex, the brain region responsible for rational decision-making, making it harder to cope with daily stressors. Memory and learning, sleep quality determines how well you retain information. During NREM stage 2, the brain replays and stabilizes declarative memories, facts and events. REM sleep, meanwhile, strengthens procedural memories, skills like riding a bike, and fosters creativity by connecting unrelated ideas. Students who sleep deeply after studying score 25% higher on memory tests than those who cram all night. Without these stages, knowledge evaporates like mist. In short, poor sleep doesn't just leave you tired, it rewires your brain for reactivity, not resilience. Long-term risks of poor sleep, a silent epidemic. Neglecting sleep quality isn't a harmless habit, it's a slow burn toward chronic disease. Consider the domino effect. Heart disease. During deep sleep, blood pressure drops by 10 to 20%, giving blood vessels a chance to recover. Fragmented sleep disrupts this dip, straining the cardiovascular system. Over years, this contributes to hypertension, arterial damage, and a 48% higher risk of heart disease. Diabetes. Sleep deprivation alters glucose metabolism. In deep sleep, cells become more sensitive to insulin, stabilizing blood sugar. Lose just 3 hours of sleep for 3 nights, and insulin sensitivity drops by 25%, mimicking early-stage diabetes. Over time, this dysfunction fuels obesity and type 2 diabetes. Neurodegeneration. The glymphatic system's nightly cleanup of brain toxins is critical. When poor sleep limits this process, beta-amyloid plaques accumulate, doubling the risk of Alzheimer's. A 2023 study found that adults with inconsistent sleep schedules had 30% more amyloid buildup than consistent sleepers. Weight gain. Poor sleep hijacks hunger hormones. Ghrelin, which signals hunger, spikes, while leptin, which signals fullness, plummets, driving cravings for high-calorie, sugary foods. Worse, fatigue reduces physical activity, creating a calorie surplus. Research shows that sleeping 5 hours nightly for a week leads to an average 2-pound weight gain, even without overeating. The cumulative cost. The consequences compound silently. A decade of poor sleep isn't just exhaustion, it's a body with weakened defenses, a brain prone to fog and fragility, and a lifespan shortened by preventable disease. Yet, unlike smoking or poor diet, sleep's role in health is often overlooked until crisis strikes. The good news? Sleep quality is modifiable. By understanding its profound impact, you're already steps ahead. In the next section, we'll translate this science into strategies, how to optimize your sleep environment, adjust routines, and reclaim the restorative power of truly quality rest. Your future self will thank you. Number 3. Common sleep disruptors. Even with the best intentions, everyday habits and environments can sabotage sleep quality. Let's dissect the top culprits: technology, stress, poor sleep environments, and diet, and uncover how they hijack your biology to leave you tossing and turning. Technology, the blue light betrayal. Your smartphone isn't just a distraction, it's a biological saboteur. Screens emit blue light, a wavelength that mimics daylight, tricking the brain into suppressing melatonin production by up to 50%, even after 30 minutes of exposure. The result? A delayed sleep onset is caused by your circadian rhythm mistakes, such as late-night scrolling for midday sun. The mechanism: blue light targets photoreceptors in the eyes called intrinsically photosensitive retinal ganglion cells, IPRGCs, which directly signal the brain's suprachiasmatic nucleus, SCN, to halt melatonin release. This keeps your body in a daytime mode, reducing deep sleep and REM cycles. The impact: a 2023 study found that using devices within an hour of bedtime delays sleep onset by 40 minutes and reduces REM sleep by 30%. Worse, doom scrolling spikes stress hormones, compounding the problem. Beyond phones, even harmless screens, like e-readers with front lights or TVs, emit enough blue light to disrupt melatonin. Dimming screens or using filters helps, but eliminating screens 2 to 3 hours before bed is ideal. Stress and anxiety, the cortisol trap. Stress isn't just a mental burden, it's a physiological alarm that keeps your body on high alert. When stress activates the sympathetic nervous system, cortisol levels surge, overriding the natural evening decline needed for sleep. The vicious cycle: chronic stress keeps cortisol elevated at night, blocking the transition to restorative deep sleep. This creates a feedback loop: poor sleep raises cortisol further, amplifying anxiety and insomnia. Bedtime rumination: anxiety about work, finances, or health triggers a racing mind. The prefrontal cortex, the brain's logic center, goes offline during stress, making it harder to turn off worries. The data: research shows that high bedtime cortisol levels shorten deep sleep by 25% and increase nighttime awakenings by 50%. Over time, this elevates risks for depression and hypertension. Poor sleep environment: the silent saboteurs. Your bedroom might be undermining you. Light, noise, and discomfort fragment sleep, preventing you from cycling through vital stages. Light pollution: even faint light from street lamps or charging LEDs can suppress melatonin by 20%. Darkness is non-negotiable. The SCN detects light as low as 10 lux, a dim night light, to reset your clock. Noise intrusion: traffic, snoring, or a ticking clock cause micro-awakenings, brief disturbances that pull you out of deep sleep without full consciousness. These disruptions reduce sleep efficiency, leaving you exhausted despite adequate time in bed. Comfort matters: an old mattress or poor pillow alignment strains muscles, forcing constant micro-adjustments. Studies show that uncomfortable bedding reduces deep sleep by 15% and increases pain-related awakenings. Temperature: the ideal sleep range is 60 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit. Too warm, and your body struggles to shed heat, delaying sleep onset. Too cold and shivering disrupts REM. Diet and lifestyle: the hidden enemies. What you consume, and when, can make or break sleep quality. Caffeine's long shadow: this stimulant blocks adenosine, a sleep-promoting chemical. With a 5 to 6 hours half-life, a 3 p.m. coffee leaves 25% of its caffeine in your system at 10 p.m., delaying deep sleep. Regular caffeine users experience 30% less slow-wave sleep. Alcohol's deceptive lull. While a nightcap may hasten drowsiness, alcohol fragments sleep architecture. It suppresses REM early in the night, leading to rebound REM overload later, think vivid dreams or nightmares, and frequent awakenings. Just 2 drinks reduce REM by 40%. Irregular schedules, erratic bedtimes confuse your circadian rhythm. Social jet lag, staying up late on weekends, shifts your internal clock, mimicking the disorientation of flying across time zones. Shift workers face extreme risks, with a 50% higher likelihood of insomnia. Late-night eating, heavy meals before bed spike blood sugar and digestion, raising core body temperature. High-sugar snacks exacerbate this, delaying melatonin release by 90 minutes. The cumulative toll. These disruptors don't work in isolation. A late-night scroll, blue light, paired with a glass of wine, alcohol, and a snoring partner, noise, creates a perfect storm of sleep sabotage. Each factor chips away at restorative deep and REM sleep, leaving you in a fog of fatigue. Worse, the effects compound. Chronic sleep disruption accelerates aging, weakens immunity, and primes the brain for burnout. Understanding these disruptors is the first step toward reclaiming your nights. In the next section, we'll arm you with science-backed strategies to neutralize these threats and engineer a sleep sanctuary tailored to your biology. Number 4. Practical tips to improve sleep quality. Sleep is critical in maintaining overall health and well-being, but achieving quality rest isn't always straightforward. Fortunately, there are numerous practical strategies to enhance the conditions that support a good night's sleep. From creating an optimal sleep environment to managing stress, these tips can help you consistently wake up feeling refreshed and ready to tackle the day. A. Create a sleep-friendly environment. Your bedroom environment significantly impacts the quality of your sleep. Begin by ensuring that your sleeping space is conducive to rest. Start with the basics: temperature, lighting, and noise levels. Many sleep experts recommend keeping your bedroom cool. Around 60 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit is often ideal. A slightly cooler environment encourages the body to produce melatonin, a hormone that helps regulate sleep. Next, focus on lighting. Darkness prompts the brain to release melatonin, signaling it's time to wind down. Consider using blackout curtains to block out streetlights or early morning sunlight. A comfortable eye mask can also work if total darkness isn't achievable. Minimizing noise is also critical. Use white noise machines, fans, or earplugs if outside sounds frequently disrupt your sleep. Finally, consider the quality of your mattress and pillows. A supportive mattress that suits your preferred sleeping position can prevent discomfort and reduce interruptions caused by tossing and turning. High-quality pillows that maintain proper neck alignment can further enhance comfort. Investing in a cozy, well-ventilated bedding setup might seem like a small change, but it can make a significant difference in the quality of your sleep. B. Establish a bedtime routine. A consistent bedtime routine trains your body to recognize when it's time to wind down. Begin by setting a regular sleep schedule. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. This helps your body's internal clock, or circadian rhythm, function more smoothly. In the hour of bedtime, engage in calming activities that signal to your mind and body that it's time to relax. Reading a book, listening to soothing music, or practicing light yoga can help you transition into a state of rest. Avoid stimulating activities like watching intense TV shows, scrolling through social media, or doing work-related tasks. The goal is to create a buffer between the busyness of the day and the calm you need for restful sleep. One crucial element of this routine is limiting screen time. The blue light emitted by phones, tablets, and computers interferes with melatonin production. Reducing screen exposure at least an hour before bed can improve the quality of your rest. If you must use devices close to bedtime, consider blue light blocking glasses or enabling night mode on your screens. By maintaining a predictable, soothing pre-sleep routine, you'll find it easier to fall asleep and wake up feeling more refreshed. C. Optimize your diet. What you eat and drink can profoundly impact your ability to sleep. Caffeine, while a great pick-me-up during the day, can linger in your system for hours. To prevent it from disrupting your sleep, try to avoid consuming caffeinated beverages in the late afternoon or evening. Similarly, alcohol, although initially sedating, can lead to fragmented and lighter sleep later in the night. Limiting alcohol intake and avoiding it close to bedtime can help you maintain more consistent rest. Heavy meals too close to bedtime can cause discomfort and indigestion, making it harder to fall asleep. Instead, opt for lighter snacks if you feel peckish in the evening. Certain foods are known to promote better sleep. For example, almonds are rich in magnesium, which helps relax muscles and nerves. Chamomile tea, a soothing herbal beverage, has calming properties that can ease you into a restful state. By being mindful of your diet and timing your meals appropriately, you can set the stage for more restorative sleep. Manage stress. Stress is one of the most common barriers to quality sleep. When your mind is racing with worries, it can be not easy to drift off or stay asleep. That's why incorporating stress-reducing practices into your daily routine can profoundly impact your rest. Mindfulness techniques, such as deep breathing exercises and meditation, can help calm and prepare your mind for sleep. Even a few minutes of focused breathing, taking slow, deep breaths and exhaling fully, can lower your heart rate and promote relaxation. Meditation apps, guided relaxation recordings, or even simple visualization exercises can also help shift your focus away from stress and toward a more peaceful state of mind. Journaling before bed is another effective strategy. Writing down your thoughts, concerns, or a to-do list for the next day can help clear your mind. Once your worries are on paper, they may feel less overwhelming, allowing you to let go and unwind more easily. Reducing stress before bedtime creates the mental calmness necessary for a good night's sleep. Exercise regularly. Regular physical activity has long been associated with improved sleep quality. Exercise helps reduce stress and anxiety and promotes more profound, more restorative sleep. Engaging in moderate aerobic activities, such as brisk walking, swimming, or cycling, can help regulate your body's internal clock and make it easier to fall asleep and stay asleep. However, timing is key. While exercise in general is beneficial, vigorous workouts right before bed can be counterproductive. Intense physical activity raises your heart rate and adrenaline levels, which may keep you awake. If you prefer more energetic workouts, try scheduling them earlier in the day. For evening exercise, stick to gentle activities like stretching, yoga, or a leisurely walk. By staying active during the day and calming your body in the evening, you'll set yourself up for a more restful night's sleep. Number 5. Advanced strategies for better sleep. When traditional advice, such as maintaining a bedtime routine or optimizing your sleep environment, doesn't seem to fully address your sleep issues, advanced strategies may provide that extra boost. While these methods often involve using specialized tools, supplements, or lifestyle tweaks, they can be highly effective when implemented thoughtfully. Here, we explore 3 advanced approaches: sleep tracking, strategic light exposure, and natural supplements. 8. Sleep tracking. Sleep tracking has gained significant popularity as a means of understanding personal sleep habits and identifying opportunities for improvement. Today, wearable devices, smartphone apps, and even some standalone monitors can provide detailed insights into your sleep patterns. By tracking metrics such as time spent in various sleep stages, light sleep, deep sleep, and NREM, total sleep duration, and even periods of wakefulness, these tools offer a comprehensive picture of how well you sleep. One significant benefit of sleep tracking is pinpointing factors that may interfere with your rest. For example, if the data consistently shows restless sleep on nights when you stay up late or consume caffeine, you'll have clear evidence that these habits are disruptive. Similarly, tracking your bedtime and wake-up time patterns can help identify sleep schedule inconsistencies that might affect overall sleep quality. Understanding your sleep data also empowers you to make informed adjustments. Perhaps the data shows that you're not spending enough time in deep sleep, the restorative stage of the sleep cycle that contributes to physical recovery and immune function. This might prompt you to explore strategies for enhancing deep sleep, such as adjusting your bedtime, incorporating relaxation techniques before bed, or experimenting with dietary changes. While sleep tracking won't fix problems independently, it provides a solid foundation for tailored improvements. Light exposure. Light is one of the most potent external factors influencing your sleep-wake cycle, also known as your circadian rhythm. By strategically managing light exposure, you can help align your body's internal clock with the natural patterns of day and night, making it easier to fall asleep, stay asleep, and wake up feeling refreshed. Start your day by exposing yourself to natural sunlight as early as possible. Morning light helps signal your brain that it's time to be alert and active. This, in turn, sets the stage for better sleep at night. Spending 10 to 15 minutes outside in the morning or sitting by a bright window can make a significant difference. In cases where natural light is scarce, such as during the winter months or for shift workers, consider using a light therapy box designed to simulate the effects of morning sunlight. Limiting light exposure in the evening is equally essential at the opposite end of the spectrum. Blue light from electronic devices, energy-efficient bulbs, and specific indoor lighting can trick your brain into thinking it's still daytime, delaying the production of the sleep-promoting hormone melatonin. As bedtime approaches, dim your lights and switch to warmer, softer lighting. Using blackout curtains or a sleep mask can further ensure that your sleeping environment remains dark and conducive to uninterrupted rest. By intentionally managing your exposure to light throughout the day and night, you can help maintain a well-regulated circadian rhythm and enjoy more consistent, restorative sleep. Seed supplements and natural remedies. For some, incorporating natural supplements and remedies can provide additional support for better sleep. While these approaches aren't necessary for everyone, they can be invaluable during periods of occasional insomnia or when other strategies haven't yielded the desired results. However, it's crucial to approach supplements thoughtfully and consult a healthcare provider before adding them to your routine. Melatonin is one of the most widely used sleep aids. This naturally occurring hormone helps regulate the sleep-wake cycle by signaling your brain that it's time to wind down. While your body produces melatonin on its own, some people find that taking a low-dose melatonin supplement about 30 minutes before bedtime can ease the transition to sleep, especially in cases of jet lag or temporary schedule changes. It's worth noting that melatonin works best as a short-term solution rather than a long-term habit. Magnesium is another supplement that may support better sleep. This essential mineral plays a role in muscle relaxation, nerve function, and stress regulation. By ensuring you have adequate magnesium levels through dietary sources like leafy greens, nuts, and seeds or supplements, you may find it easier to relax and drift off to sleep. Magnesium oil sprays or Epsom salt baths before bed can be soothing for those who prefer topical solutions. Valerian root, a traditional herbal remedy, is often used to promote relaxation and reduce the time it takes to fall asleep. While research on its effectiveness is mixed, some people find it helpful for easing mild insomnia or calming pre-sleep anxiety. As with any supplement, start with a small dose and monitor how your body responds. Finally, natural remedies aren't limited to supplements alone. Incorporating sleep-promoting teas, such as chamomile, passionflower, or lemon balm, into your nightly routine can help signal to your body that it's time to unwind. These herbal teas are caffeine-free and often have calming properties that make them ideal for a pre-bedtime ritual. By combining these advanced strategies, leveraging data from sleep tracking, fine-tuning your exposure to light, and exploring natural remedies, you can gain deeper insights into your sleep patterns and make targeted changes. Each method supports better rest in its unique way, empowering you to enjoy more consistent, high-quality sleep. Number 6. Addressing sleep disorders. Sometimes, underlying disorders can disrupt our rest despite our best efforts to maintain healthy sleep habits. Sleep disorders range from difficulties falling or staying asleep to problems with breathing, movement, or overall sleep structure. By understanding common sleep disorders, recognizing when to seek professional help, and exploring available treatments, you can take proactive steps to restore restful and rejuvenating sleep. Common disorders. One of the most frequently encountered sleep disorders is insomnia, which involves persistent trouble falling asleep, staying asleep, or waking too early and being unable to get back to sleep. Acute insomnia may arise temporarily due to stress or a significant life event, but when these issues persist for 3 or more nights a week for at least 3 months, they become chronic. Chronic insomnia can severely affect your quality of life, leading to fatigue, irritability, reduced concentration, and a diminished ability to handle daily tasks. Sleep apnea is another prevalent disorder, characterized by repeated interruptions in breathing during sleep. The most common form, obstructive sleep apnea, OSA, occurs when the airway becomes partially or completely blocked during sleep, causing the person to awaken multiple times throughout the night briefly. These awakenings are often so brief that the individual doesn't remember them, yet they prevent deep, restorative sleep. Symptoms include loud snoring, gasping for air during sleep, daytime fatigue, and waking up with a dry mouth or headache. Left untreated, sleep apnea can lead to serious health complications, such as high blood pressure, heart disease, and stroke. Restless leg syndrome, RLS, is a neurological disorder that causes an irresistible urge to move the legs, often accompanied by uncomfortable sensations like tingling, crawling, or aching. These symptoms typically occur in the evening or at night, making falling or staying asleep hard. The constant need to move can significantly fragment sleep, resulting in daytime drowsiness and reduced quality of life. When to seek help. Brushing off occasional sleep troubles can be tempting, but sure signs should prompt a conversation with a healthcare professional. If you consistently wake up feeling unrefreshed despite a whole night's sleep or struggle with chronic daytime fatigue, it's time to investigate further. Snoring that's loud enough to disturb others, gasping or choking during sleep, and waking up with headaches or a sore throat may indicate sleep apnea. In the case of insomnia, if you've tried adjusting your habits and environment without improvement, a professional evaluation can help identify underlying causes and guide effective solutions. Chronic conditions like restless leg syndrome often require a specialist's insight. If you cannot resist the urge to move your legs or experience unusual sensations that prevent restful sleep, discussing these symptoms with a doctor or sleep specialist is crucial. The sooner you seek help, the sooner you can start on a path toward better sleep and improved overall health. See treatment options. Fortunately, there are evidence-based treatments available for many common sleep disorders. For insomnia, one of the most effective interventions is cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia, CBTI. CBTI is a structured, goal-oriented approach that helps identify and change thoughts and behaviors that interfere with sleep. This therapy typically includes techniques like stimulus control, associating the bed only with sleep and relaxation, sleep restriction, limiting time in bed to increase sleep efficiency, and cognitive restructuring, addressing anxiety or negative beliefs about sleep. Over time, CBTI can help re-establish a healthier sleep pattern without relying on medication. The most widely used treatment for sleep apnea is continuous positive airway pressure, PAP, therapy. A PAP machine delivers a steady stream of air through a mask, keeping the airway open and preventing breathing interruptions. While some people initially find the equipment cumbersome, advances in mask design, quiet machines, and personalized settings have made PAP more comfortable and easier to use. For those who cannot tolerate PAP, alternatives such as oral appliances that reposition the jaw and tongue may help. In more severe cases, surgical interventions can be considered to remove obstructions or reposition anatomical structures. Treating restless leg syndrome, RLS, often involves addressing underlying conditions like iron deficiency or peripheral neuropathy. Medications that increase dopamine activity in the brain and certain anticonvulsants or pain relievers may help manage symptoms. Additionally, lifestyle changes, such as establishing regular exercise routines, avoiding triggers like caffeine or alcohol, and practicing relaxation techniques before bed, can relieve symptoms. By recognizing the signs of sleep disorders and seeking timely professional intervention, individuals can access a range of effective treatments tailored to their unique needs. Working with healthcare providers, sleep specialists, or therapists can lead to better rest, improved daytime function, and a higher overall quality of life. Finally, bonus tip: laughter before bed. When it comes to winding down at the end of the day, finding ways to lighten your mood and calm your mind can significantly improve sleep quality. One simple, often overlooked method is incorporating a dose of laughter into your nightly routine. Engaging in a light-hearted activity, such as watching a funny video, reading a few pages of a humor-filled book, or chatting with a friend who always makes you smile, can have a surprisingly powerful impact on your overall well-being and your ability to relax before bedtime. Laughter acts as a natural stress reliever, reducing levels of stress hormones like cortisol and releasing endorphins, the body's feel-good chemicals. This physiological response helps to lower anxiety and tension, setting the stage for a smoother transition into sleep. A good laugh also encourages deeper breathing and increases oxygen intake, which can have a calming effect on both the mind and body. As you unwind with a chuckle or two, you'll likely find your muscles relaxing and your heart rate settling into a more restful rhythm, key components of preparing yourself for quality sleep. In addition to its immediate stress-reducing benefits, laughter can improve overall mood and promote a positive outlook, even if you're overwhelmed by the day's events. When you end your evening on a cheerful note, you're less likely to lie awake, ruminating over worries or negative thoughts. Instead, your mind is focused on the enjoyable, light-hearted moments you just experienced, allowing you to drift off with a greater sense of ease. Another advantage of making laughter part of your bedtime routine is that it doesn't require a significant time investment. Even a few minutes of watching a short comedy clip or revisiting a favorite sitcom episode can make a noticeable difference. The key is to choose something that genuinely makes you smile or laugh, not something too stimulating or action-packed. Keeping the activity light and enjoyable will help create a relaxed atmosphere that gently guides your mind towards sleep. Incorporating laughter into your nightly wind down is a simple yet effective way to enhance your sleep quality. It helps shift your mental state from stress and worry to calm and contentment, providing the perfect foundation for a restful, rejuvenating night's sleep. Recap and call to action. Over the past several minutes, we've explored the fascinating world of sleep and learned valuable strategies for improving its quality. We started by discussing the science behind sleep, including the importance of NREM and REM stages and how these cycles play a vital role in our physical and mental well-being. From there, we looked at how our body's circadian rhythm is influenced by light and darkness and how maintaining a consistent sleep schedule can keep this internal clock functioning smoothly. We then moved on to practical tips for creating a sleep-friendly environment, focusing on the right bedroom conditions, using calming bedtime routines, and optimizing our diets to promote restfulness. Managing stress through mindfulness, journaling, and deep breathing exercises emerged as another key factor. We also discussed advanced techniques, such as leveraging sleep tracking devices, adjusting light exposure, and exploring natural remedies like melatonin or magnesium to address occasional sleep disturbances. For those facing more serious sleep challenges, we reviewed common disorders like insomnia, sleep apnea, and restless leg syndrome, highlighting when to seek professional help and what treatment options might be available. With all these insights in hand, it's clear that improving your sleep quality doesn't require a complete overhaul of your life. Instead, small, consistent changes, like dimming lights before bed, committing to a relaxing pre-sleep ritual, or incorporating sleep-promoting foods into your diet, can gradually lead to noticeable improvements. Even a minor adjustment, such as stepping outside for morning sunlight or setting a regular bedtime, can have a ripple effect, making it easier to fall asleep, stay asleep, and wake up refreshed. Now, it's time to take action. Choose one sleep tip from what you've learned today and try it tonight. Whether it's turning off screens an hour before bed, practicing a few minutes of meditation, or keeping your bedroom a bit cooler, taking that first step can set you on a path to better rest. If you found these insights helpful, be sure to like this video, share it with friends who might benefit, and subscribe for more health and wellness tips. Let's build healthier habits, one restful night at a time together.